Five or Under with Dr. J. The show provides solutions to any of your personal or work-related problems in under 5 minutes. We guarantee you will discover a new aspect of yourself and you'll see others in a whole new light. To gain this insight, write your questions to jerlik05@gmail.com. If your question is chosen for a show topic, you will receive a free test, a free profile from jerlik.com, the most precise personality profile on the market. This is Dr. J with jerlik.com, Jerlik. Now we're going to take a question today which is really a phenomenon of the 21st century, at least in most of our people's lifetime, and that is violence in the workplace. This question was asked by Jessica from Lawton, Oklahoma, and she will get one of the Jerlik profiles. Now, when we talk about violence in the workplace, it is really a phenomenon. It is the tremendous amount of cases and situations going on, whether it's a manufacturing plant, a school, or a public school, or wherever it may be, a post office. There are more and more situations going on. And the interesting thing to me is, with all of the problems going on and the numbers of people being hurt, wounded, shot, what we find is still too limited preparation, too limited understanding of what is happening and why. And we also need to understand that we need to be in training. We really need to have our managers in training. We need, because we're going to find that the most likely person to pick it up is going to be the employee who works in close proximity or in certain interactions with the potential erupting violator. Now, I want to give, first of all, this was put out by a group in California, San Diego. They're consultants in the area of violence in the workplace. And I want to, here's some of the most common symptoms that will take place in varying amounts, but almost invariably there's going to be a potpourri of these symptoms that will occur. An individual that will become the violator is someone who's usually disgruntled, with an attitude of victimization regarding being perceived as injustices in the workplace. He's likely, and I say he because there's usually more males than females. I think we run here about 80% male on these situations, and about 75% is Caucasian or white males even in this situation. But they're usually going to be socially isolated. They're loners. They exhibit very low self-esteem. They usually are quiet, stay by themselves, are disgruntled, and prefer not to have a lot of close interaction with the other employees. If they do, it's going to be usually with one or two that they somewhat open up with, even in small amounts. There is, as I mentioned, a victimization mentality. They feel that they have been wronged. This has been, which we'll talk about at some point, cultivated within the individual from childhood on up until they hit adulthood. And so this thing is a building nature. They have a fascination usually with weapons of some sort, often guns. They demonstrate, and this is very important, temper control difficulties, which means they may be quiet. They may be, as I mentioned, isolated, not very talkative, certainly not very social. But something can happen, and it's like all of a sudden a spark lighting up a major fire that goes from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. And these are people all of a sudden without a great amount of impulse control. And they will often demonstrate this, possibly giving hints to it, possibly once or twice in a softer manner, not full bore, where employees will see it. The problem is employees are not trained nearly enough, and are often feel like, well, maybe he's just having an off day, a bad day. They don't know the signals, and they don't feel comfortable, and they don't want to be a snitch, let's face it. So there needs to be a lot of support in getting employees to recognize the signs and also have the support of upper management. And now they're also going to demonstrate usually some kind of threat, either against a co-worker, supervisor, or the organization itself. And they have very little outlets for their anger. They do not have socialized skills and techniques. They do not know how to approach someone. They're not assertive. They're usually unassertive, and you're not going to see much from them until they blow up. They're going to have usually an unstable family life, either divorced, separated, or not getting along with their spouse. And there's going to begin to be some fear that erupts and begins to develop in some of the employees. Now, I want to put an emphasis on we need to prep businesses, and employees need to know what to look for. Managers need to know how to intercede, and all of this needs to take place so that people do not find themselves in a panic. We'll cover more at the next time. Thank you, and talk to you again.